Hey guys, I wanted to do a live telecast of a daily race, but unfortunately my live did not go through for some reason. So this is the Circuit de Sainte-Croix, or whatever the daily B is at this point. And yeah, based on my quality time, I'm starting pole, and this seems to be a very decent lobby in terms of the kind of skill sets that people have. I've decided to go with the Audi, and as you can see, the reason for that is simple. I took it a little wide there because I could see the guy behind me is gaining on me a little bit, so I kind of wanted to take it a little safe, because in any race the first 2 or 3 corners would either make or break your race at this point. So here I am, starting pole, and my aim is to preferably be at pole at the end of the race, or at least be P2 or P3, so basically podium. I went a little wide there, trying to induce mistake from the guy behind me. As you can see, he's right there. So basically I'm at this point letting him pass. I'll lift it up a little bit. I took a wider turn, and at this point the guy behind me is quite behind me. Adam. So like I said, I've saved the replay, and I'm playing back the replay with my commentary. I actually did the whole race like that, but unfortunately for some reason the live share did not go through at that point. So here I am doing it not so live, but just a few moments after I did the race. So I'm in the Audi because I believe I've tested quite a few cars, and I believe the Audi does lack a little bit of top line or straight line speed, but it makes up for it with superior tire management, and also the DRS is really good. So basically what the DRS does is this, the back, yeah, so now the DRS is disengaged, it will engage again, and you can tell right here, yep, that's the DRS engaged. So it's the game of downforce, and it's got excellent stability and top line speed, and also the understeer during cornering is kind of nullified a little bit due to the DRS. So my entire aim for the race is basically to have it clean and not spinning out, obviously. I put a quali time of about 153.9. I know I can do much better. I just did like about 7 or 8 attempts trying different cars, and I put this time on the Audi, and I wanted to continue with that. So my DRS is completely engaged, as you can see at the bottom right hand corner. This is my first daily race after I would say about 2.5 months actually. I did 1 or 2 daily races. I think I did 1 daily race in the Red Bull Ring, which was there a few weeks ago, but didn't fare quite well in that because of very dirty driving by other drivers. So I kind of decided that I won't do any daily Bs. I would only focus on the longer daily C formats, because my hypothesis is a lot of the dirty guys, they avoid the longer stints. So this guy is right on my tail. I believe at this point I let him pass. I lift off right here. See, I'll lift off momentarily just to let him pass. And at this point, the guy behind me is about 2.5 seconds behind me, so I don't have much threat, and I'm playing it safe because, like I said, I don't do a lot of grinds on the daily races, and I'm still in the C lobby. I'm at CS, I think, yeah, and I want to get to A by the end of September, at least. Yeah, I banged the wall a little bit there. So the idea of doing these longer races is it's basically the law of attrition, right? So you gotta have good pace to pull away from the backpack, but at the same time, I don't really know how good or, you know, non-dirty the lobby is or isn't. So if you start on pole positions like I generally do, I actually didn't want to start pole, to be honest. I did not want to start pole. I put a time of 153.9 because I thought I'll start around P5, P4, maybe slightly at the back, because I know that I could get a podium in the C and B lobbies. I just wanted to, you know, do it, get the best out of my DR ratings, basically. I got a very bad DR reset because I had a couple of lobby crashes during the Manufacturers Cup about three and a half months ago, and since then I've not done any daily races. So the idea is I wanted to ensure that the guy behind me at P2 does not dive bomb on the first turn. Bang that again. So I actually was practicing quite a bit on the Lexus, but then I chanced upon this car. I did like 3 laps on this car, and I hadn't practiced on RH, the Racing Hards, which is one of the mandatory tires for this race. So I am still getting used to the grip of the RH. So I put the quali time on the racing mediums. I slowed down a bit more there because I had to get used to the revised braking markers. So I get better as the race progresses, I promise. And there are certain points in the race, especially after I pit, which is going to be the end of lap 6. So I do about 6 laps on Racing Hards. I could obviously do a bit more, but why? Because this car is good on tire management, so I can obviously do a good amount of laps on RMs. So this guy, Gabber is his name, Gabbr, he went onto the grass, as you can see, on turn 1. So that kind of gave me the opportunity to get the time gap down even more than it already was. So earlier I think we had a 2.5 second gap, and now it is about 0.988 or something, if I understand correctly, or maybe about flat 1, close to that. The guy Durand is still way behind. Also, this is one of those tracks I'm not really familiar with. You see what I mean? I am starting to understand the nuances of braking markers. And at this point I remember I also checked for fuel, and it tells me about 7.8 more laps to go or something. So I'm pretty good in terms of fuel as well. So I don't have to worry about refueling. So Gabber here has a 0.5 second penalty, and I'm gonna now try and close the distance. My aim earlier was not to try and close the distance. My aim was basically to stay at a touching distance where I am able to capitalize on this guy's mistake, but at the same time I don't get caught up in his crash. So here's me trying to overtake him. Again, I'm planning on also staying on his slip, but at the same time I'm at two minds at the moment whether should I overtake or not, and I was fairly confident he will go on the grass again, which he did. So you will see me now in the next couple of seconds that I would overtake him. So my biggest worry right now is I know I'll get a podium. I knew it even before the race began. The only problem is I don't know how dirty or non-dirty this guy is. So I'm also trying to gauge by his driving behavior whether I can overtake him or not. It's still a very young race. We are still just a shade less than the halfway point of the race. So I know that I have to kind of maintain my composure, not spin, not crash out, and I honestly don't want to get any penalties. So this is the lap I will be pitting at. So I'll be doing a couple of live telecasts tomorrow of my daily race, daily C, and I'm gonna practice quite a lot on RH. So you would see that my overall racecraft and pace would be up tomorrow. This is literally the first day I went onto the track, and this is me trying to change to RM tires. Yeah, the livery looks very loud by design because I kind of wanted to irritate the hell out of the other guys. So yeah, plus I like the whole concept of Skynet, so that's what the livery is about. So this guy, King 666, I can tell by his driving style that he too, like me, has probably had a little practice on this track, but I think he also doesn't have the kind of pace that I do. Maybe he's on not on the medium tires, maybe he's on hards, but whatever the case may be, I knew that I had to overtake a lot of these guys in the next lap or two. So yeah, so here's why I always try to stay a little away from people ahead of me in the lower lobbies, because you never know what they're gonna do. So here's me trying to take a slip completely, and I pass him hoping and praying that he's not gonna bump me off, and he doesn't. We do a good amount of side-by-side racing. Again, there's no way for me to trust the C drivers here, or any driver for that matter, even at the higher lobbies, but yeah, I'm just trying to play it safe. So a couple of guys pitted, and this guy comes directly on track, so I should have anticipated that. I should have gone on the inside line, but this guy cost me 2 seconds. Basically, I got a 2-second penalty because of that. So I should have anticipated that move. Again, usually the drivers will just keep going on that same line, take the inside line, will not impede other drivers. But this is the C lobby, so like I said, you can't really expect people to be clean. Or even if they are clean, you can't expect them to know the racecraft and stuff, right? So they would do a few things unknowingly, and yeah, it would be dirty under our books or under my book, but it is probably unintentional. But yeah, I know I have to serve a 2-second penalty, so for that I'm now trying to push, and I want to get as much distance between me and Durant as possible. So you see, I see his right indicator, the blinker, which kind of tells me that he's a good guy and he wants me to pass him, so it's okay for me to pass him. So kudos to that. Now, with Durand pitting, I know that I just have to maintain my position, and I should be P2, if not P1. And you'll see that I got to P1 in the last lap, but it wasn't really my fault. I was on the inside line, and Dinga, the guy in P1 right now, he basically tries to fight for his position, and he basically does a move where he tries to impede my overtaking at the wrong spot. I should add, wrong for him, because I had the advantage of being on the inside line, the right line. So he ends up crashing, but kind of do feel bad about it. So I go wide and I kind of pause for a few seconds, enough for him to catch up and overtake me. But I had to also ensure that I don't give up too much of space between him and me. You will see those things happening right now. I'm actually gaining about over a second per lap on Dinga. You cannot see that on the top left hand corner, but when I was doing it live, I remember talking that I want to try my best to push and try for this guy, like, to induce mistake on Dinga. So he makes a mistake all on his own accord, just by coming under some pressure. I'm good that way. I like to induce mistakes from other people when they are behind me, or when I'm following them, but not at this kind of distance. I like to induce mistakes generally when I'm less than a second away from them. So my tires are looking good as of right now. My fuel is looking good. So like I said, I just have to ensure that I don't do any mistakes and I can comfortably take home a P2. My aim is not to get the fastest lap because I don't want to over push myself at this point. There's a difference between like a quali pace and a race pace. So this is basically my race pace. I'm not also trying to over push the car because I also have to manage the fuel. Remember, I'm literally up on the fuel by just like 0.3 or 0.4 at this point, so I don't want to over push on the fuel. I remember one of my other colleagues in an A lobby, he ended up pushing so much that when he pit to change the tires, he also had to refuel for like 3 or 4 seconds. So I don't want to do that, or I didn't do that, and I did not want to do that in the first place, but I have to manage my fuel and my pace at the same time. But I'll be better tomorrow when I have some time to grind. Again, I braked very late. It was a rookie mistake. Not when I was gaining so much. I knew again I overshot. So one of the issues with the DRS is it boosts the speed of your car. So sometimes you may get what I call as a false positive. So you may probably think that this is the right braking marker. But because of the DRS, you may be 4 kph over your actual speed of what it would be without the DRS, which is what you may be used to. So you end up over braking or late braking. So yeah, DRS can be a real boon, but you need to have some skill and you need to get used to it, basically. Nothing more and nothing less. This is literally my first race in 2 weeks. Right after that Red Bull Ring, I did 1 lap. I did not do the Yas Marina because I like the track, but the track penalties were so stupid that I saw how much it cost the other guys and racers around me. And yeah, I did some reflective learning from that. I did not do that race. And prior to doing the Red Bull, I had not raced for over 2 months. So I'm still trying to get to the groove. But the promise I have to myself, I have my birthday on the 24th of September. So the promise I made to myself is I need to be an A driver by the end of September. And this is one of the tracks that I want to push at. Yeah, so he went onto the grass, and that gives me the opportunity to kind of gain some much needed space and time between us. But this is basically where I think I'll end up inadvertently nudging him off track. It doesn't happen now, it happens pretty soon. So I'm on a slip now, and I want to maintain that slip. And on this turn, I get a much better exit than he does. And this is where it happens. I try to stick to the inside line, and he just tries to come and bang onto me. And I remember thinking, damn, that is not on me. But I also felt pretty bad for him. So what I did was, not now, but at this turn, I decided I will slow down more than I usually do, just enough for him to speed through. See, I take a wider line, and I slow down there. I inadvertently end up going to the grass, but I gave him some space. But I think I probably end up giving him a bit more space than I would have liked. But hey, it's fine. And I think he probably ends up acknowledging it, because at the end he does a little dance for me. Yeah, you see that? He does a little dance, and I think that's for me. That's his way of saying thank you. But yeah, that was basically the race. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I'll see you tomorrow, and I promise I'll be better and faster.